In today's video, we're going to be doing double damage in Modern. The way we're doing this is by playing good old Infect, which means that our pump spells like Mutagenic Growth, Might of Old Kroza, and Vines of the Vastwood become way more powerful. And when looking at the list, all of our spells cost 1 or 2 mana, meaning that we're going to be a very quick deck and be able to kill our opponent on turn 2. So we're going to be taking this Sweet 5-0 by Jonaspith and seeing if Infect is still playable in Modern. Match 1, we are on the play, and our starting hand looks quite strong. We will lead on turn 1 Forest into a Venerated Rot Priest. Opponent goes turn 1 Island into a Mistcaller. Ooh, another Rot Priest off the top. We will attack in for 1. Wow, and they do block here. We will play out our Misty, cast out another Rot Priest, and pass back. Opponent plays out a Cavern into another Mistcaller, into a Tide Shaper. Top deck another Preordain. We will attack in with the team, and they do just take the damage here. So we will fetch out a Breeding Pool, shock it in, cast a Preordain. Both of these are very good. We'll play out our Misty and pass back. Opponent plays a land into a Master of the Pearl Trident and then attacks in for 5. We draw our Vines. We will attack in with the team and they go for a block on the Rot Priest. So we'll cast a Might on the one that they're blocking, getting 2 triggers. And opponent goes up to 4 poison and they get another poison counter from our Rot Priest. We will fetch, pick up a Forest, play out a Scale Up on one of our Rot Priests, then cast a Vines of the Vastwood, and then cast a Mutagenic Growth. And opponent goes up to 10 poison. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 2 Spell Pierce and a Scale Up for 3 Spell Skites. And game 2, our hand looks amazing. Opponent goes turn 1 Cavern into a Vial. We top deck a Waterlog Grove. We will go turn 1 Sanctum. Opponent plays out a Mutavault. We top deck another land. We will fetch out a Forest and then play out our Spell Skite. And no land from the opponent. We top deck a Glistener Elf. Good draw. We'll play that. Then play out a Misty, fetch out another Forest, and then play out our Blighted Agent. Opponent plays out an Island. We top deck another land and we'll attack in with just Blighted Agent. An opponent does take an Infect. We'll play out our Grove and pass. And on our end step, they do put in a Trickster and tap down our Spellskite. Opponent plays out an Otawara, attacks in for 2. Nothing else from them, so we'll crack our Waterlog Grove on the end step. Ooh, Rot Priest, a fantastic draw. Oh my goodness. All right, let's play out our Rot Priest. And this does meet a Stern Scolding. So we'll play out Misty, attack in with our Agent, and we'll pass back. And on the end step, they bring in a Harbinger, so we will activate Spellskite. I don't know if this actually changes the target. No, it does not. All right, so we need to cast Divines to protect our Agent, and that does resolve. Oh my goodness, Chalice on 1. All right, well, that's very good. Then they animate their Mutavault and attack in with the team, so we will block with the Spellskite. Oh no. All right, well, we shall attack in with Blighted Agent and our Glistener. And they do have a Vial here. And okay, I don't know how Kicker works. Let's see. Does this, yeah, that gets countered. Yep, we'll scoop it up here. Opponent definitely has us, and we'll get on to game 3. Game 3, our starting hand is quite impressive. We'll lead on turn 1 Sanctum into a Glistener Elf. Opponent goes turn 1 Island. We top deck another Spellskite. We will attack in with our Glistener Elf. Then play out our Nexus into a Spellskite. And on our end step, they cycle Lure Revealed. Oh goodness, and they do have a Chalice here. Not as big of a deal this time. Rot Priest, not a good draw. We will activate Inkmoth, attack in for 2 Infect, and then play out our Sanctum. Opponent plays out an Island into a Harbinger, bouncing our Glistener Elf. And yeah, we can't even redirect that to Spellskite. This Chalice is insanely powerful. And unfortunately, this deck is not playing a Boseiju. Oh my god. Oops, all 1-drops. All right, Inkmoth Nexus, here we go. Then we'll fetch out a Forest and play out another Spellskite. Only 6 more turns of attacking. Another 1-drop. Let's turn on Inkmoth. Attack in for 1. Oh, and they have a Subtlety. Yeah, Chalice against the oops, all 1-drop deck. Pretty good. Let's get on to match number 2. Match 2, we are on the play, and our starting hand is a little weird, but definitely a keep. We will lead on turn 1 Sanctum into a Glistener Elf. Oh no, a Swamp deck. I don't think we have any better option here. Play out our Noble, cast out our Might, and hope they don't have a removal spell. Oh no. Alrighty. Oh, it's a scam. We are so doomed. Okay, Vines of the Vastwood doesn't really help us. We'll play out Grove, pass back, and another Swamp, so this is not scam. Royal Treatment, not a bad one. We'll play out our Misty and attack in for 1. And opponent plays out a 1 ring, so let's pop our Waterlog Grove in response. Oh my god, worst draw possible. And they attack in for another 3. Ooh, okay, Glistener Elf was an insane draw. Then we'll play out our Dryad Arbor and attack in for 1. I'm gonna activate to the One Ring again. Then they attack in for 3. Then they play out a Swamp, fire off a Thoughtseize, and they take our Vines of the Vastwood, and then they play out another One Ring. And we find a Distortion Strike. We'll attack in with our Glistener Elf. So I don't know if Infect. No, okay, that doesn't change anything. And pass back. Opponent untaps, draws another 2 with their One Ring. They play out a Verdant, attack in for 3. Then they cast out another Dalthy. All right, we got to top deck something good here. Preordain, not great. Scale Up does give us lethal here, so we're gonna go for it. Cast our Scale Up, and in response, they cast out a Bowmasters. We will wait for them to target, and they target our Noble. Okay, that's fine. We'll just float a blue mana. Then we will cast a Distortion Strike into a Mutagenic, and we don't really have any other choice. Royal Treatment. This is exactly 10 damage. Oh my goodness. No way. Oh my god, I did not expect to win that game. All right, well, let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 4 Ignoble Hierarchs and a Become Immense for 2 Spellskite and 3 Veils. Game 2, this is definitely a risky hand, but I don't really want to mull, so we'll keep. Opponent goes turn 1 Swap, and we top deck a Veil. Holy, that's so good. Opponent plays a Swamp, but we top deck the Mutagenic. We will play out our Waterlog Grove into a Glistener Elf, and they fire off a Bowmasters, and we'll, in response, just Mutagenic Growth our Glistener to keep it alive. Opponent plays out a Marsh Flats, passing, and another land. I think we can wait one more turn here. And on the incept, they fire off a Victim of Night. So we'll cast out our Veil. Opponent plays out another Swamp into a One Ring, and they attack in for 2. Okay, Rot Priest, fantastic draw. We'll play that into an Inkmoth. Untaps, drawing another 2 off the ring. Then they fire off a Blood Chief's Thirst on our Rot Priest. Okay, into a Shieldred. So I think we just have the win here. All right, Mutagenic Growth, fine. We'll fire off a Vines of the Vastwood first, just to know the coast is clear. Okay, fire off a Scale Up, play out Waterlog Grove, Distortion Strike, and attacking for 11 Infect. And opponent scoops it up. We're on the board. Let's get on to match number 3. Match 3, we are on the play yet again, and our hand is definitely a keep. We will lead on turn 1 Misty, and we're not going to expose our Rot Priest here. Opponent goes turn 1 Steam Vents into a Preordain. Ooh, Inkmoth off the top, huge draw. We'll play out our Forest into a Rot Priest. Opponent shocks in another Steam Vents, then plays out a DRC into a Bauble, milling over a Ragavan, and nothing else from the opponent. And in our upkeep, they fire off a Lightning Bolt. So we will fire off a Royal Treatment on our Rot Priest. Another Vines. We will play out our Nexus and a pass back. Opponent fires off an EI, attacking in for 3. Oh no. Please don't tell me they're going to try and heat our Rot Priest. It has Ward 1. No, they play out an Island into a Preordain. And I'm going to assume this is lethal. And if I'm doing the math correctly, we currently have exactly Infect lethal if we cast Divines on our Rot Priest on the instep. So we fire it off on the instep. We will draw a Hierarch, which doesn't do anything. Fire up our Nexus, kick out a Vines, and then tack in for exactly 6 Infect. And they're down to 10 Infect. Let's go. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 3 Glistener Elf and 2 Distortion Strike for 2 Disputes and 3 Veils. Game 2, our hand is just too weak, so we'll mull. And this hand is a little bit better. We will put back a Mystical Dispute. Opponent plays out a Bauble, looking at our top, and then plays out a Ragavan. We draw a land. We shall fetch out a Forest, and then play out our Noble. Opponent attacks in for 2. We will take it. Exiling a Royal Treatment, and then they bolt our Hierarch. Oh, and they are on green as well. We top deck a Dispute. We will play out our Grove into a Hierarch. Opponent attacks in. We're going to go for a risky play of blocking into Mutagenic. And wow, our risk pays off. Then they fire off a Preordain into another Preordain and nothing else. Okay, Glistener Elf off the top, huge draw. We will play out our Preordain. Oh man. All right, we will bottom the Inkmoth, top the Veil, play out Glistener Elf, which meets a counter spell, so we will Veil this. Join another Dispute. That's fine. And then play out a Misty. Opponent plays out a DRC into an Expressive Iteration, and we are 100% firing off this Dispute. No land from the opponent. We will crack our Grove. Blighted Agent. That's actually so awkward. Guess we'll play out our Dryad Arbor and hold up Dispute. They fire off a Preordain. Attack in for 3 and nothing else. Sanctum, fine draw. We'll attack with our Elf, and then we will play out our Agent, which meets a counter spell, which I think is fine. We'll play out our Botanical Sanctum. Opponent fires off a Seek the Beast, exiling 2 lands, attacking in for another 3. Okay, we need something good here. Land is not it. All right, we will attack in with our Elf, play out our Misty, and hope that we draw a pump spell next turn. Opponent attacks for another 3. We are down to 2. Oh, I accidentally passed through the turn, allowing them to get their Questing Druid down. We find a Preordain, and I don't think this can help us. Yeah, we bottom both. Land. All right, well, we'll scoop it up and get on to game number 3. Game 3, our starting hand looks bad. It doesn't have any infectors and just a bunch of protection spells, so we'll mull. Okay, our 6 is even better. And the 7 looks playable. Nothing great, though. We will put back a Preordain and I guess a Spell Pierce and put all of our hope into this Blighted Agent and Inkmoth. Opponent goes turn 1 Spiralith into a Ragavan. We find a Vines. We will play out our Inkmoth into a Blighted Agent. Okay, they fire off an Unholy Heat. Let's go. Save Blighted Agent. And I know this seems weird, but I think I'm going to trade. I just don't think they have a land. They don't. Okay, that's huge. Oh, come on, please. Let me top deck a land. We'll tag in for 1 Infect. No, they top deck. Why are they better than us? They're so much better. Preordain, we'll fire that off. Please don't counter. I guess we bought them both. Oh, gosh. And on the instep, they cast a Seek the Beast, finding a counterspell and an EE. Not the best. Exiles. They play out a DRC into a bubble. They look at our top into an EE on 0. Okay, please land, and I think we can win this game. Land. That, it's not really what I was hoping for. I should have been more specific. I guess we're playing out our Blighted Agent and hoping that somehow, never mind, we are so dead. How do we win this? I don't know. We need a green source bad. And not Dried Arbor, being specific here. Fetch Shocks for a Breeding Pool. Taxon for 3 into a Preordain. If they play a Murktide, we shall scoop probably. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. We need like that counts. That's a good one. Into another, if we draw a green source and they attack in with Murktide, we have the win. Please. I hate this game. All right, we will scoop it up. Opponent definitely has us, and we'll get on to match number 4. Match 4, we're on the play, and this hand, I think, has a turn 2 kill, so yeah, we'll keep this. And our hand was so good that the opponent scoops up, so let's get on to match number 5. Match 5, we're on the draw, and our starting hand is a little too weak, so we'll mull. And this looks exactly the same, so we're going down to 5. And our 5 looks pretty reasonable. We'll put back our Spell Pierce and a Blighted Agent. Opponent goes turn 1 Misty, we will fetch Shock and go turn 1 Rot Priest. Opponent shocks in a Stomping Ground. And in our upkeep, they tap down our Breeding Pool. Oh my goodness, Hierarch was a fantastic draw. We will attack in for 1, definitely missed out on a point of damage because I'm so good at this game. Then we will fetch, and in response, they evoke out of Solitude. Exactly. A magic card that I've never seen, but it's a magic card, Eagles of the North, and we'll pick up a forest, playing out our Hierarch. Opponent fetch Shocks and then plays out a Shardless Agent, which cascades. Okay, so this is the Oops All Beans deck, and another Blighted Agent, so we will play one of them out. We draw a Pump Spell, we are looking good. Opponent casts out a Beanstalk, and they play out a Windswept Teeth into a Leyline Binding, targeting our Blighted Agent, so we will cast out a Royal Treatment, hope they don't have another spell. Okay, there we go. All right, let me top deck a Vines of the Vastwood, please and thank you. That's not it. All right, well, we are gonna attack in with our Blighted Agent. Okay, that's not bad. Play out Sanctum, play out another Agent, and now we just gotta hope. They have a Fury, we die, unless we top deck something insane. Rutrow. All right, another Shardless Agent, doesn't matter. All right, well, they go for a fire, killing both of our things, but that means that we just have lethal here, because they don't have any mana, and Ward 1 is on the creature. All right, wow, I did not expect to win this one, so we will cast out our Might. Big W. Let's get on to sideboarding. And I think this matchup's just fantastic for us, so we're not going to sideboard at all. Game 2, hand looks fantastic. We find a Might. We'll play out our Sanctum. And I think we want to go with a turn 1 Hierarch. When it shocks in a Sacred Foundry and then passes back, we'll shock in our Breeding Pool into a Blighted Agent and a Rot Priest. Yeah, let's hope that they don't have Fire Ice into a Fury. Also should have sequenced this differently. That's okay though. Okay, Leyline Binding, sure. Not much we could have done against that. Opponent plays out a Misty into Up the Beanstalk. Oh my goodness, that's such a good draw. I was gonna go for the regular damage kill, but since we top deck the Inkmoth, I think we should not. We'll just attack in and hold up all of our protection. Oh, opponent plays out a Plains. We will animate our Inkmoth and attack in with just the Inkmoth. And they go for a Fire Ice, tapping it down. And I think that's perfectly fine. Then we will attack in with just our Rot Priest instead. And on our end step, they do cycle Lorn Revealed, picking up a land. It plays out an island, floating 5 mana. Ooh, casting a Bring to Light. Casting a Lorn Revealed. Guess they just won a lot of spell or a lot of cards. And it looks like they're going to discard. It's fine with me. We find a Distortion Strike. I think we're gonna go with a Scale Up on our Venerated Rot Priest. And in response, they cast out out a Solitude. We'll let them draw, and they target our Rot Priest. So we will cast a Vines on it, and opponent scoops it up. I don't even think we have lethal there, but let's go. Easy at 3-2. Yeah, overall, I was genuinely impressed on how good Infect felt, even in a meta where it's like all removal spells. I definitely did not play this optimally at all. I don't even think this is the optimal list. I think some less numbers of Preordain, more Spell Pierces. I think Spell Pierce is just a super powerful card right now. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.